we've got hit a few times while we travel. The last one we got was in South America.
Yeah, right when we crossed the border
from Peru into Ecuador.
We were at a gigantic bus terminal in Guayaquil.
A mall/bus terminal, but we got there at like 5 in the morning.
Yeah, it was super early in the morning.
And
it was dark out.
was
nothing
open.
was open, and
None
we
of the
had
banks.
no proper currency.
And we had to get to the airport to fly out of Ecuador to get to the Galapagos Islands. So we tried a bunch of ATMs, and a lot of them wouldn't like our card. There was problems, but one actually said it gave us money and then didn't give us any money. It robbed us for $100, and we called it in right away. And then I showed Lauren the next day when we walked by.
And we brought a notebook on our trip, and we recorded all the receipts and the amount we took out, and the date and the time and the location. And we came home and talked to TD about it.
We got hooped in Turkey. So every time we use an ATM now when we're abroad, we actually film it. So I pull my camera phone out, and while I'm using the ATM, I film it. And that way, if something goes on, there's video of it not giving me the money. TD was such a fucking bastard about it. I had to go to 3 different TDs while we were driving across Canada to try and get the Turkey one resolved. Bastards. They were fucking bastards.
And they never resolved the one from South America
We went and had meetings with them. I've called customer service multiple times. We got the receipts. We got videos of it. Bastards. TD, you're a bastard. Fuck TD and their fraud policy. They're stealing from us, not the other way around.
All banks are, though, to be fair.
No, not all banks. TD especially is one of the bad, probably one of the 3 worst. But back to the South American story. So the next day when we were in the bus, or on our way back from the Galapagos Islands a few weeks later, we were at the same bus station, and I showed you the damage that had been done around the ATM. Remember all the concrete had been picked away?
Yeah, I remember that.
So if there's ever any bent panels like on a gas pump, if the metal below the gas pump is bent or the gas pump is open, then it's very likely that there's a credit card scammer or some kind of fraud device on there. So you're just looking for physical damage. If the ATM has any damage on it, there's damage to the back of it, that's when it's been compromised. Another one they commonly do on vacations, on traveling, is they actually just simply screw the cash tray shut. So they just screw the metal door shut, so the cash fills up and it never comes out. And then more sophisticated, like what happened to us in Turkey, a lot of these ATMs are running Windows XP, and they're running these emulated versions of the ATMs. Well, the one in Turkey someone had broke into it, opened it, reprogrammed the machine, and then closed it again. And when we used the machine, we went to take out 200 lira, and instead it took $700 out of my account. It took all the money that it could access and took as much of it as it could.
And did not give it to him.
And I didn't get any money. And anytime I got a hold of the people I called this Turkish bank, it was great. They transferred me to people with English and the whole thing. And then the second I said I got screwed, or the machine screwed me, they just hung up every time. Just hang up. Oh, no English, click. They didn't want to help us.
We did get our money back on that one from TD, but it was just a pain in the butt.
3 weeks it took, and I had to go back to the dealership 3 times, 3 days in a row, every day, before the guy would even sit down with me to talk about it.
It was something like $600 that it $700. It just disappeared.
And that was done through emulation, so that's a scammy one. But so what you have to keep in mind is when you're typing your password codes in, cover it. You're not offending the person at the restaurant. You're not offending the person behind the counter. They don't think that you think they're a crook. You're worried about the people behind you, the people who can set up cameras, the other people. So always cover your PIN. That's the most important thing.
And then if you're traveling, a little tip is you're supposed to try to take your money out from an actual bank if you can, a teller. It's going to be safer in general, but it's not always going to be possible.
Money. The money exchangers often are using fake currency. Or they just
don't go to just someone on the street who's doing a money exchange.
Or the little money booths. They'll screw you too. If you can, try to walk into an international world bank of which your bank has a relationship with.
I had to go into one in South America, and I do not have good Spanish, but more than him. And a lot more than him. And I didn't. When we were in South America, I went into a bank, and I don't speak good Spanish at all.
No, more than me though.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot.
It's true though.
Oh.
So I went into this bank and I wrote on the sheet of paper one 5, 2 10s, 3 times 20s equals so many dollars that I need, or pesos, or it wasn't pesos, what was it?
Did she give us too much? It was
Soles.
Soles. Did she give us too much money or not enough
No,
money?
she gave us totally the right amount of money. It was just that look on her face when I was trying to communicate in English, and she's just like, so I
she
just
was being nice about it, but they
so
just
I
have.
slide the paper over to her,
Yeah.
and then she just does this
Yeah.
and leaves and gets
Most
it.
people, most people are helpful. But if you guys have any questions about fraud or credit card scams or any of that kind of stuff, leave a comment. We'll certainly try to help you out with an answer. If you guys have been affected by this kind of stuff, let us know. I can direct you to some of the best resources to get that money back, ways to protect yourself in the future. You know, I've had family members. One of my stepbrother's wife had her whole identity stolen. I had a friend of mine, Chrissy, in university, who she found out, she got a call from the bank one day and said, you know, why haven't you paid your mortgage? It's 3 months overdue. And she said, what mortgage?
Yeah.
And she had a $240,000 house mortgage. That wasn't even her house. Someone had taken out a mortgage on her name.
And the truth is, pretty much everyone in this country probably has been scammed at some point for some money, or knows somebody who has. So it's a lot more common than you think. Be more careful.
Right. You know, a lot of the ones that I apply is changing up. You know, you can confuse people when you're doing the cash. You get more money back than you should. You give her a 20 and you get her to hold on to the 20, and then you buy something that's worth $15 and you give her another
That's
10.
just sneaky.
And it's just, people are confused. If you want to find out about cashing up, Google cashing up. It's a fun one. You can usually pull it off in places like Las Vegas or South
Yeah, I
America.
was gonna say, it feels like a trick magician's video.
It's a trick. Yeah, the magicians will show you how to do it. So it'll be all the Vegas magicians cashing up at like the bottle stalls and stuff. So that's always fun. But yeah, you gotta pay attention. It's really, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. If you get emails, if you get phone calls, you don't have to trust that. Anytime you're sending your credit card or specific information, you can email half of it and call the other half in, or fax the other half in. That just prevents all these email leaks you see, all these databases that are being hacked. If you've been sending your personal information through any type of email message, and that database is downloaded, then all your credit card information, your social insurance number, your resume that you emailed to all those companies, all that stuff is sitting there for these people to have. So if I was able to get in your email, or simply buy a database of hacked emails for $15 off of some website, I can go through those emails and probably get a whole lot of identification number. So maybe go scrub those inboxes too. Go get rid of all those old messages.
I gotta delete some photos on my phone of documents.
Yeah, right. And all you gotta do is you plug your phone into a phone charger at the airport, and it could be dumping the information off your phone. You leave your Bluetooth on, and it's very easy to steal information from the phones nowadays. And I have a lot more of that. If you guys want to learn about software-defined radios and cell phone hacking and frecking and social engineering and all that stuff, that's on our other channel, The Land Closet. We talk more about that over there. But I don't know. I think I'm done talking about the credit card fraud. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, let me or Lauren know in the comments. We'll definitely try to help. Yeah, I'm not going to teach you how, but I like teaching everyone the mechanisms so that you can understand what to avoid. So I guess we do teach people how to do a lot of that stuff on another channel. But it's to protect you, not to encourage you to go pick locks and break into cars.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. You go to jail. It's not worth it. There's too many good ways to get free money, or real money, legal money. So we're gonna go get Minerva across the street. We're gonna go get some lunch. But hey guys, this is Kerrisdale. This is our Kerrisdale Your Say episode. Our little Kerrisdale video blog walking around Vancouver. I hope you guys liked it.